absolute best.
Yeah, they had us the first half, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, could be Wayne!
I think I got my swagger back. Oh.
I love it, baby!
Them orange britches. Something about them orange britches.
Tennessee wins! Out by Tennessee, Jawan Jennings. Jennings makes the catch.
Ball hit high in the air into right field. Going back is Sayre. And Tennessee can say hello, win column. A grand slam in the bottom of the ninth. You can't draw it up any better.
We just won a basketball game, and we're very happy right now. McGrath for the win. He got it. If you don't like college football and you watch this one, I'm not sure what your problem is.
Reddit did to do, and welcome into More Important Issues. It is Sunday, June 11th. Let me get the right screen back there. That threw me off. If we got it. Perfect. Episode 467. We are back, and the Fighting Tony Vitellos are still alive. After dropping game one today, no sweat. Game two, baby. It was easy.
Yeah, just a ton of emotions all day. Yesterday and then into today, it was just up and down. And the boys fought back. We're back in it, and we have the momentum.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's I talked about it on Thursday. It kind of sucks, and I still don't disagree with, like you said, if it ain't broken, why try and fix it? Andrew Lindsay Friday, like, I know we lost that game, Saturday/Sunday. I know we end up losing that game, but I still like the decision. Then Dollander today, but it sucks, if you win two, or lose two, one or the other, you don't get to see Drew Beam. You get to see Drew Beam, baby. I love it. I feel great.
Yeah, that's the thing that is just stands out is like you have so many pitchers still able to pitch tomorrow. Now I don't really know what Southern Miss's bullpen looks like, but I know they threw their big guy earlier today in game one. And then they threw their ace today in game two. So, I mean, those are their two best pitchers. And I guess when you look at it, Tennessee has some of their best pitchers. But Drew Beam has been one of those one of the best all year long. You still have Burns that can go. You still have Halverson can probably – he only pitched 40 pitches. So, he can go. He looked good. Camden Sewell threw 17. He can still go. A.J. Russell. I mean, you just – Kirby – Aaron Combs, like there's a ton of guys in that bullpen, but Tennessee hasn't really had to use a lot of those guys. And tomorrow, I think, that's the plan. Like they want to see how long their starters can go. They want to ride their horses until they can't go anymore, and then bring in somebody that's able to just mow people down like Burns or Halverson or guys like that.
Yeah, and then Burns, today your Dollanders struggles a little bit, but starts cruising, almost goes non. Didn't even think you would need Burns to come in, obviously. And I mean, you could argue you probably didn't need it. Whatever, you're going to pull him in that situation. With the way things are looking. And what? How many pitches did he throw? Like 9? No. Burns. He comes in and just takes care of business. No problem.
Yeah, it was around 10. I can tell you. He threw 10. He threw 10 pitches.
Yeah.
Yep.
So. I mean, you get him tomorrow if you need to use him. And you talk about Drew Beam's been one of the best. I don't think there's any arguing. He's been the most consistent, especially of the starters on the year. So, bats seem like they're maybe coming alive there in Hattiesburg. Maybe now that hopefully all the storms are out. I don't know what the weather looks like for tomorrow. Maybe, but then you have Drew Beam on the mound.
Yeah, and apparently it's been a lot of back and forth between Southern Miss and Tennessee fans. You saw, I think Ben McKee tweeted out where people were throwing cups at Tony Vitello's dad, and Christian Scott's dad went over there and said something, gets thrown out. And then the security talked to everybody and then brought Christian Scott's dad back and threw out the Southern Miss fans. So, yeah, a lot of chirping going on. I know we're going to get to Vol Twitter a little bit later. But Vol Twitter is going to be nuts. So
yeah, I mean, it's I think especially Tennessee baseball, but I mean, if you've been around the Tennessee fan base, ever in any sport, you know that there's a chippiness about everything that happens. So, I don't know what the Southern Miss typically looks like. I have no idea. I know clearly they were not victims of today, but yeah, it's going to be chippy. And then this week, just with all the host crap, has been quite the week of just word exchanges. So I'm not shocked that happened. Maybe a little shocked that it took until pretty late Sunday for it to occur.
I'll be honest. I am a little bit shocked of Southern Miss's fan base. I'll give them a little bit of credit. I didn't think they'd have that many fans. I mean, I've been not arguing with, but I've had more people in my replies about Southern Miss than I would anything with Vanderbilt.
Yeah, they're on Twitter for sure. Pretty impressive. I mean,
just a bunch of Brett Favre burner accounts, probably. But
and I know people are going to hate this, and it doesn't change my opinion on where these games should have been played. But also, it looks like a good environment down there. Like the crowd looks like a good crowd, with Tennessee fans included. Mm-hmm. Sometimes kind of hard to tell. I was just cleaning a little bit today during game 2. Sometimes hard to tell like who did something well. You just heard the crowd, so it's a good crowd there. It looks like a pretty good environment for baseball. Remove the weather and sitting under the bleachers. I'm just talking baseball right now.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like they're sitting on each other's laps, especially down that like first baseline. It's like everybody around there is just in a truck or sitting in a bush, or like it's. I don't know how do they just have like a fence back there? Anybody can just like pull up.
I guess so.
Like parking pass.
Part of me kind of likes it, but I think when you've got a good stadium like Lindsey Nelson, I mean, I think again, it does not change my opinion on who should have hosted. I'm just saying, it looks like good super regional baseball. That's all. That's it.
Yeah, I would agree. It just sucks that 7 hours away and there's nothing really to do after that. It's just a tough place. Yeah. You're going there for baseball, and that's it.
And then for all the Tennessee fans that traveled, sucks that like today ended up being so long, and then add in doing the Monday deal like that. And I mean that obviously could happen whether you finish the game out last night or whatever. But obviously, either driving back late Sunday night or late Monday night isn't fun. So yeah, it's definitely a tough one. Yeah, it's been a disaster as far as where they should have played these games. You get the pictures of Tennessee sitting under the bleachers, the weather, and it's been just gorgeous in Knoxville all weekend. Yeah, so
until right now. So I'm hoping we can get this show in, but
yeah, before power and internet kicks us off. Yeah. Internet may kick me off in good weather. So let's see what happens in storms. Maybe it works better.
Yeah, a little surge.
Mm-hmm. A little surge. Absolutely.
In there. Yeah. You want to get to our friends real quick, and then we'll
we'll guys, that was just the intro. Buckle up. I'm going to tell you all about our friends at Underdog. Underdog is Knoxville's best sports collectible store with a wide selection of UT cards, autographs, and memorabilia. Whether you're looking for a Peyton Manning autographed helmet or the most recent Topps baseball card release, you'll find it at Underdog. The shop is owned by UT graduates and proudly supports UT sports by hosting NIL events throughout the year. Stop by the University Commons Shopping Center next to Publix and Domino's to check them out. They're open 6 days a week with live YouTube shows 3 nights per week. Remember to always bet on the Underdog. Shout out to Underdog. They've got some exciting stuff coming up, so make sure you're following them on all their social media so you do not miss that. Card nights, trade nights, all that good stuff. Card breaks, those shows I mentioned. And then Dick's House of Sports coming up. Is that this weekend?
Yeah.
What's today? This weekend. Dick's House of Sports, be there.
Yeah, Mari Thomas will be there.
So make sure you get that in. Shout out to Underdog.
Yep. All right, let's get back into it. Baseball, because that's all that's going on, really. So we got to talk about it. Got to talk a lot about it. Let's get into. I mean, not really a lot yesterday. Tennessee was just down kind of the entire time, and then you have that rain delay. It just seemed like, and I think you mentioned it, and our buddy Austin was mentioning it too. It seems like every time that we were getting on base or doing something good, there was another delay.
Yeah, well, I just didn't. So I obviously saw that first delay. Or we go into the first delay and I just click away from it. And then I completely missed the second delay. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure what we were doing then, but yeah. It was just and obviously similar situations. First delay was 2 on 2 outs. I think second delay was 1 on 2 outs. So yeah, it was brutal.
Gotcha. Yeah. It just, didn't love that, but love how Tennessee came out
Mm-hmm.
and got on the board. I think that's Lindsey didn't have his best day, and I think what was so big about Dolander when he was struggling in the third inning, there was Tennessee right back, and protecting their guy. They were making sure that, like, hey, you can pitch as good as you need to. We're good, and that's going to give pitchers so much confidence
Right.
when you're able to have that kind of offense behind them.
Yeah, 1,000%. And dude, today, first game, kind of going back into delays, I was just thinking, man, maybe we can get out, and the delay can be a good thing for Tennessee because I mean, sometimes switches flip or whatever, you get to kind of hit reset. I mean, especially going into another day, you feel like you can almost like hit reset on the game, and you can put that 4-0 game behind you almost. I know you're down in the hole starting it, but 6 innings, so like still some time to work with it. And man, what a way to start! And just for some reason couldn't get over the finish line there.
Yeah, and you make it a 1-run game. Thanks to Jared Dickey, shout out. I mean, anytime you need a clutch hit, it's going to be Jared Dickey. And but then you give up another run, I think, in the latter part of that inning. And I thought Seth Halverson pitched fantastic. It was just Tennessee couldn't do. I thought the bats were alive, and then they just kind of died out. They couldn't do anything else after that.
Yeah, and then it stinks too, the position you get put in with the lineup. You don't want your 8-9-1 necessarily trying to fight back in the bottom of the ninth, and that's just how it worked out. And Tennessee gets one on in that inning, and like you said, they just kind of died out and wasn't the perfect situation. You're not always going to get the perfect situation. It's just the way the game works. But yeah, couldn't figure it out to get that win. And I mean, honestly, like things looked tough. You talked about momentum. I mean, after that game, and then you have to turn around and play game 2. Potentially, win or go home for Tennessee. Southern Miss is trying to punch their ticket to Omaha with that win, and nerve-wracking for sure. They looked like they had the confidence, the swagger to go out and take game 2. So credit to Tennessee playing from behind as well and figuring out a way to win that one. Big, like you said, it helped Dolander just.
Yeah. Tennessee couldn't buy a big hit, and I think that was the issue. It was like, yeah, we could get a single every now and then, but it seemed like every time Southern Miss was hitting the ball, it was a double or a home run. Tennessee could not get an extra base hit. I actually tweeted it. I was like, we can't buy one. And then that was, I think, in the third inning of the second game, and then the fourth inning, it all came together somehow.
Yeah, for sure. And then, good God, I mean, I'm going to think about that Blake Burke home run for the rest of my life. I never saw the ball. I don't think anyone ever saw the ball come down, but you couldn't in the TV frame. It left the TV frame, never came back. It's gone forever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's huge for him. I mean, he's had 15 home runs for a long time.
Yeah, do you know the date of his last one? It feels like he's been stuck, and he had some chances to have some big moments up until that point too. So to get that one, massive.
Yeah, 100% on his 20th birthday too.
Which is he looks 29 years old.
Right.
So,
well, and so does everybody on Southern Miss. So.
Yeah, the dude that came out of the bullpen, I guess today. First off, he wasn't wearing a jersey. He was completely unbuttoned. He looked like a fan coming out of the bullpen. And then, just looked like a 40. He looked like he might be retiring with their head coach at the end of this one.
Yeah, he might. Yeah. Well, I mean, we can throw him a retirement party too tomorrow.
I'd love nothing more. Nothing more.
But yeah, Tennessee just finally got the bats going. Got some extra base hits. Got that. I don't know what they ruled it as. They only gave Jared Dickey 2 RBIs. I'm like, I guess you can make it an error, but I mean, it like flew past that center fielder. So whatever they gave him, 2 RBI double, or it should have been a 3 RBI single or 3 RBI triple. But yeah, he just came up with a huge hit. Blake Burke came up with that huge hit, and I think Tennessee just thought that gave Dolander so much confidence to go in there. He's like, all right, it's on. Like I got a cushion here. You added 2 more in the next inning. I got a cushion here. I'm able to just be aggressive and go at these hitters, and that's exactly what he did.
Yeah, and I saw someone talking about it. It might have been on Reddit or message board, but talking about how what's kind of going on. It's same pictures that from last year, pretty much. We saw what they were able to do. What's changed, and it's not necessarily like the mentality. It's not necessarily the mentality, but maybe the approach, where maybe that confidence, that trust with the hitters and the bats just aren't. It's just not there. So to get, like you just mentioned, to get that cushion clearly was a huge bump for Dollander, and hopefully Beam kind of gets that cushion, because we've seen what he's able to do even when he doesn't. But if he has that, like, speaking of retirement party, watch out, because tomorrow will be a fun day in Hattiesburg if they get to do it. They'll have cake, they'll have drinks. It'll be the end of the line.
Canes.
Yeah, Raising Canes is catering, I heard. So yeah, it'd be a big day for them if Beam has any extra that confidence he's had going into or tomorrow. What time is the game? I haven't looked.
They have not announced it yet.
Okay. I figured they would have by now.
When we started this, so if they have, I haven't seen it yet. Somebody wants to get in the chat and let us know when they do.
Still TBD on ESPN at least.
Okay.
So we're waiting. Yeah.
Okay.
Was it so I watched on ESPN Plus. Was it the Wake Forest Alabama just slaughter that kept it from getting on ESPN too?
I guess I just pull it up at ESPN.
Yeah,
it's just easier for me to get on the ESPN app and just click the actual thing to try to find where it's at and
1,000%
who's before it and things like that. Basketball just kind of ruined that for me. I just refuse to do anything other than just go to the ESPN app, because you have no clue. Yeah, you have no clue what channel it's going to be on when it starts.
1,000%. Yep. Smart man, Landon.
I was looking at the attendance. 5,800.
Okay.
Both days. Pretty solid.
Yeah. That's like I said, I mean, I will gladly hate on Southern Miss and the Pete with you. Like, don't mishear me. It's just it's I feel like part of why, like, one of the difficult things about watching sports and like going to sports is when you go to so many events, like, you want the environment, and sometimes on TV you don't get that. Well, I just feel like the environment's been really good, and almost like felt a part of it. So it's been fun.
It definitely helped that today was nice when they did the game, because it didn't look like, from the radar, it looked like it was going to be terrible all weekend. So it did kind of open up. So that's what made it a little bit better. I was just like, again, why did we not go to Knoxville just based off the weather?
Yeah, because this was predicted. These heavy rains and some storms moving in, and just heard a nice crack of thunder out here. But yeah, it was predicted. So yeah, it's unfortunate that you avoided it. I feel like Tennessee, because of the weather, almost got a second chance with that game one, and just wasn't able to. Like, I was thanking the Lord that game didn't. You don't want to play that game that night at that point when it gets to 10 o'clock. Like, you don't want to play that game.
Well, especially that first game when you're down,
right?
You're down 4-0. Like, it just seems like such a huge task to get back in the ball game, because Tennessee does have that tendency sometimes where the bats just disappear, like they did in Hoover. And that, I mean, they came back and then they disappeared again. So it's very, it has been very sporadic, but again,
they did get some help though. They did get some help. Southern Miss struggled on the mound early, and that helped. But yeah, no, for sure. I mean, Jared, which just may have just been Jared Dickey when you talk about the bats. It's just Jared Dickey in game one.
Yeah. And then game two is 4-0 again. And so we're like, what is happening? Like, are we just laying down? And then you score 6 runs in the fourth there, 2 more in the fifth. And it was like, all right, let's just close it out. Let's get to tomorrow, reset. That's exactly what Tennessee's done. And they have a really good chance of, they're the home team tomorrow. I don't know exactly when the game's going to be, but a Monday, like, it's a weird day, but I feel like Tennessee has been in this position. They were in this position last year where win or go home. You want to get past that, or, because that was the thing when we talked to Dollander and Christian Moore, we had them on the show before the season, that was their main thing. It was like they watched Notre Dame dogpile on their field. And they remember that feeling, and they didn't want to see it again. And now they're right back in this position where it's I know it's not your field, but you don't want to see somebody dogpile where you're sitting in the dugout watching them anymore.
Yeah, 1000%. It's I mean it's going to be a tomorrow is not just tough because of you're playing a super regional opponent. It's also win or go home for everybody involved. So yeah, it's going to be I'm pumped. First off,
Yeah,
you want to be in these situations. So
and Tennessee was in that situation today where it was a win or go home. You're down 4 runs. How do you respond? And Tennessee responded. Not sure what happened to Caleb there. He went out. But yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Did you?
That wasn't what it was. No, that wasn't what
Okay.
it was.
Okay.
I thought I was needed, but I wasn't. So
Okay.
we're good.
Gotcha.
We're good.
Yeah. So win or go home. So yeah, Joey said Zen Man. It's so weird. This is a lot of distraction with the weather right now. I mean, it's just blasting over our heads
For
right
sure.
now.
For sure. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm incredibly distracted at this moment. So I'm probably
All right. Well, hopefully he'll be back here in a second. Joey, if you want to get in here with me, that would be great. I think something that was also really cool was we saw was it the priest? Is that what they're called? The priest?
yeah. There was a priest blessing the stadium.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works. I don't know. It's an interesting move. It did scare me because it just brought back Loyola Chicago vibes with Sister Jean.
100%.
So I do think kind of silly, but it brought back those vibes, and it worried me a little bit. That was part of it going into game 2. I'm like, man, maybe that priest is good at what he does. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to beat the umpires, the Southern Miss, and the Holy Spirit. So
for sure. And
just fighting off the Trinity right here.
Yeah, you don't want to get in that situation. You don't want to be on the wrong side of history there. So I hope for Southern Miss's sake they're not. I don't know how that works if you bless it and lose. What do you ever bless it again?
Yeah.
I also found it weird that apparently they invited the priest to do it. I don't think you can invite. I feel like that just has to be the priest should have to feel led to do that. So I feel like it shouldn't work. But I'm not placing my bets anywhere.
When then Blake Burke hit the church today, is that
yeah, we might be fighting a lot. We're just an uphill battle, man.
Yeah. But I guess we could also, I don't want to say this because we're going to win tomorrow.
Say it.
But you could blame it on that.
You could. Oh, for sure. I think there's a lot of good excuses out there. So yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, I mean, listen, we're just glad a player didn't die having to sit under metal bleachers during a lightning storm. So.
Let's talk about that. And then I need to know more, but that seems stupid.
I'm like 100% sure Southern Miss offered them an area. Now I don't know how close to the stadium that was or what that looked like. I'm sure they had somewhere they could go, but it's silly that they should have to leave the stadium at all. Like it should be a locker room.
Available indoor in facilities, something,
something in the state or at the stadium available to them, not having to get on a bus and go somewhere or walk in the rain and the lightning storm. So yeah, it's funny, but yeah, it just drove the hate of NCAA moving it there even more. So that was good too. Like you said, a lot of blame to go around that Tennessee can use if they need to.
And we got some questions in this chat right here. So Ethan Cundiff, shout out, one of our favorite listeners,
and head soccer coach now.
Oh, congrats!
Congratulations, Ethan. Yeah,
nice. He said, "Can we talk about how Merritt came back with some timely hits the second game as well?" Absolutely. I mean, he had 4 hits. It just seemed like every time that they needed somebody on base, or needed a hit in that moment, Griffin Merritt was coming up with it. So. Yeah, he was phenomenal today, and it just, I mean, it makes Tony Vitello look incredible that he's even in the lineup because wasn't hitting great, taken out of the lineup, comes back, hits some walk-offs, Then he's a mainstay in the lineup, and now he's hitting like this. It just looks like the configuring that Tony Vitello does with this lineup just continues to work somehow.
Yeah, and obviously it paid off today. I mean, just a crazy, especially I don't know how that normally would go in a doubleheader, but to mess with it, toy with it, which obviously you're not necessarily happy with the lineup after game one, even today, and that first inning, sixth inning, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I mean, a big switch going into the second game today, and I know I would be interested to get players' thoughts on that, because I'm sure some like to know where they're at, be comfortable, who's around them, all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, you can't knock him for it after today, that big lineup change. You can't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Moving, and they kind of moved it around a little bit, from game one to game two. They moved Christian Moore up to the 4-hole. They moved Griffin Merritt back one to no, it was Moore, then Zane, then Merritt, then Burke,
yeah,
and Scott and Stark. And yesterday it was Merritt, and then Moore, Burke, and Denton. So yeah, they just moved that a little bit. But the bottom of that lineup, your 6 and 7 guys and Merritt and Burke came up with 60 or 10 hits.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, yeah, I'm ready for tomorrow. I'm a little nervous, so I'm hoping we get maybe like an earlier game, like a noon 1 game, just so we can play it and kind of get it going. Because I mean, I'm just nervous. I'm sorry. I was telling someone, like, when it comes to Tennessee sports, I'm an emotional guy. I'm like a 10-year-old. So yeah, I'm
like very on edge too. Like,
yeah.
I don't like, my family was over here today for my dad's birthday. Shout out my dad's birthday.
Shout out.
Love you, Dad.
Not a shout out to your dad, just a shout out to your dad's birthday. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Just the birthday.
He loved the stickers, by the way.
Good.
But I just can't be just overjoyed about anything as I'm watching.
Well, and you can't be today because it wasn't punch your ticket time. It was, you're fighting to stay alive. So tomorrow maybe a little bit more joyful, but before that first pitch,
I'm fine. But during it, I'm a nervous wreck.
Yeah, for sure. It's and that's part of why which I needed to clean and organize some stuff today, but I just couldn't sit down and watch it. I was constantly moving, getting up and doing something. So yeah, and it worked. First game today, I mainly just sat laid around and watched it, and did the vibes weren't high, so I had to get the vibes. I had to change it up a little bit. Switch my socks, make sure on the correct feet, and we got it going.
Yeah, me and my dad were sitting outside on the back porch, and we were watching the game, and it just got really hot really quick. And it was about in the 6th or 7th inning, and I'm like, ever since we've been sitting out here, we've been playing well. I can't go in. Mm-hmm. So we're just out there just baking.
Didn't even turn the fan on. Just suffered.
Suffered
with the boys.
It was on, so it would have been really bad if we didn't have it on. But yeah, just had to stick it out until the game was over.
And and we know why the Vols won, guys. So Landon,
little stitious.
I don't know what you need to do to get on the porch tomorrow, but gonna need that action from you, I think.
Yeah, it just I want to be on the porch in Lindsey Nelson, but I couldn't, so I was on my own porch.
I think you did the next closest thing, and I respect that. You went full on in, and I love that. So
had to do it. We also have another question. At Patrick Eady, he said, "Awesome show, guys. I heard Vols baseball got a transfer from Canada." Okay, awesome, love that. Patrick, appreciate you listening as always. He said, "Does Southern Miss have any good arms left?" I think I kind of talked about it earlier. I don't know exactly what Southern Miss has left. I know Storm was one of their best bullpen arms. He's out. He pitched that game 1. They had another really good guy come out of their bullpen today after Tanner Hall went. And so I don't think they have a ton of pitch. I think it kind of says it all if they have to go to their ace again, like they did last weekend. Now let's see.
Yeah, which I don't. What did Tanner Hall end up throwing? Because obviously they're not scared.
86 pitches. So I mean, with the math
We know-
that he went last weekend, he could maybe throw another 86 tomorrow.
You're right. We know they're not scared to, but throwing 86, turning around and throwing anything again would be – I think you're just putting that guy in a position to fail.
Yeah, I just don't see it, but
yeah, which he did, and he had a day between, right? He pitched their game one and then the final. So, yeah, this isn't – I don't see that happening again, but we also know they're not afraid to do it. But, asking a guy to do that, to wake up and, it's probably going to be an earlier game, so not even a full day's rest. I mean, I kind of like it for Tennessee if that happened. Hate it for the kid.
Yeah, and that's what we talked about before the series. Like, depth-wise, Tennessee has it. They have it in their bullpen. They have it in the starting pitching. Tennessee just has depth at that position. And, we talked about how many arms Tennessee has left. And it's just an embarrassment of riches is what it is.
Right. Yeah. It's this would be I know this team isn't quite as talented as the last one that lost in super regionals, but when you just look at the starting pitchers, which were obviously the same, but that bullpen's gotten a little bit deeper and stronger with guys getting healthy and just finding some new arms. I mean, finding Chase Burns and being a bullpen guy, it just feels stronger this year. So it would be a tough pill to swallow if this team doesn't get to Omaha, just because of what you kind of have lying ahead and what you have in the bag too. So yeah, that'd be tough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'll see kind of how it all shakes out, but I mean, you have to be excited. Like you saw, you had some life today. And yesterday we didn't really have much. You went through the rain delay, all that other stuff. Just dealt with a lot of. I mean, this team has went through adversity, right?
Some self-inflicted, but some not.
Yeah. And then even last week, getting the number 4 overall seed, you're down that whole game. I mean, this team has some fight in them. No matter what happens, I'll give them that they're never really out of it. Even when everybody else is kind of counting them out. I mean, today there was a lot of people on Twitter just when we were down 4-0. It was like, well, that sucks. After that home run, but we're good, baby.
Yeah, and I just like you said, you can't not be excited. I am as nervous as I am. I'm pumped for tomorrow. Yeah, and I'm not knocking anybody else on that roster. If it wasn't Drew Beam, I might be less excited, not quite on the edge of my seat. But with Drew Beam having the ball, I'm pumped. I wish there was a way we could wear the cream jerseys. But yeah, this is feeling good. Feeling good.
Also, there's one thing that Tennessee does a really good job of, and that's getting people on base. But like I was kind of saying earlier, with that they just lack extra base hits at times. So they've left 6, 8. They've left 16 runners on base these last 2 games. Southern Miss has left 7 on. So that's a big number, and there's a lot of those where you have bases loaded and can't do anything with it with 2 outs. My only problem with that is striking out. I think you got to give yourself a chance in that moment. If you see the first pitch, you're hammering it. You got to be super aggressive with 2 outs and the bases loaded, I think. I don't think it's one of those things where you're super patient at the plate because you find yourself down in a count, they can throw anything at you.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I think that's tough for there's some of our guys that have struggled with striking out this year too. And no matter it seemed like what their approach is. Another thing too, kind of going back into leaving guys on base, I feel like Tennessee, they love that 2-out magic. Sometimes we get 2 outs and that's when we start getting guys on, or even 1-out situations where we just hit into double plays. I feel like we've hit into so many double plays throughout the season. And maybe again, it's just as a Tennessee fan, that's why it feels like it. But as you watch, it may be a pretty similar ratio. But yeah, it feels like you put yourself in a hole, not just the plate, but as a team, and tough to fight out of that. And I know a lot of people are frustrated with some of Vitello's maybe approach. Want to try to see the team move runners and things like that. That's just not what he's done, and so I don't expect that. And it's won a lot of baseball games. It's won a lot of big baseball games too. So I've got faith, and yeah, you need the bats alive, obviously, but that's just also the story of baseball. Like, you need the bats to be alive.
And Josh Hazelwood said, Beam has been our most consistent guy, and Burns will be good to go. Feels great about tomorrow. I mean, how do you not?
It's not just Burns. It's not just Burns either that you have. You've got a loaded bullpen still.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm kind of interested to see who that first guy out is if they need to relieve Beam.
Yeah, I think it will kind of depend on where, like, what situation it is. But I fully expect you'll see a heavy dose of Chase Burns whenever they need to go to him.
For sure. And I mean, if Burns hadn't played today at all, I would almost 100% confidently say he's the first one out, no doubt. Maybe a different thought process with, throwing today and getting in that moment, getting warmed up. But that definitely will depend, and you have a ton of options. So you probably have a lot of right options too, as well. Not handed, correct options.
Dustin Dickerson, that's a guy that I never want to see again. That kid's a freak. I mean, he's really good, and I know we've seen some of his sister on
God.
on the line on the internet, but he's played really well. So I don't know if it was because of Vol Twitter that we got his attention, but if that was the case, I'm blaming you guys for him just tearing us up.
Yeah, I mean, I think we get beat by Stetson anyways, but maybe putting out his phone number before the game wasn't the best idea. And I mean, the OnlyFans thing wasn't it wasn't like premeditated or anything. It started with the Southern Miss guys calling out sisters and stuff. So
yeah,
it was just a response. That's names of moms, sisters, girlfriends, all that. Yeah. Listen, I don't have a problem with people doing that if they're like students and stuff like that. It's pretty weird if there's like a 40-year-old dude looking up, knowing this stuff.
Also, like, if you have that much time on your hands, you kind of need a different hobby.
Probably. Yeah. How many guys are posting on their Instagram picture, tagging their sisters in it and moms? Like, that would be difficult to find. Like, your like girlfriend, yeah, sure, probably super easy to find.
Yeah,
mom and sisters, you gotta go. You're going searching for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. Especially to have the entire Tennessee lineup just ready to go.
Yeah, that's strange.
All right. Are we getting into? Well, do we want to talk about the Vols getting called up, and then we can jump back into the Vols on, like you said, on the line. I like the Vince Vaughn internship reference, which, by the way, is a super underrated movie.
Yeah, it is good.
And I mean, Vince Vaughn and Owen Wilson are just great together, but that's a sneaky good one of theirs.
Vince Vaughn is very Ryan Reynolds-esque. Like, I feel like
You think he's that good looking, huh?
I don't, but I feel like Vince Vaughn, like him just being a giant that just babbles and goes on and on and on. I think that's what makes him so great. Yeah, but I think the babbling thing, how they just go on and on to like get their point across. I feel like Ryan Reynolds does that same thing. I just watched Deadpool, so it was definitely like I got that vibe, that Vince Vaughn kind of vibe from Ryan Reynolds. Yeah.
Like they talk so much, they put themselves in situations they shouldn't talk in, and they just keep going. I love it.
Yeah.
It's how you get comedic gold. It's wonderful. Vince Vaughn. Picture of him at DGB, looks hammered. I don't know how he ended up there. I don't know what he's in town for, but great photo.
Where's it at?
It's hanging up at DGB, or it used to be.
Oh.
Yeah. Great photo. Someone commented that it's not that hard to find information. I mean, yeah, it's not super hard, but like I'm talking about effort. Like what you have to do. The amount of clicks you have to do to get there.
Yeah, and to start a list of everybody's.
Yeah, it's and then you don't think you're insane, so you tweet it out. So then it just gets weird, more so than hard. Yeah, just an interesting move. And then put your shortstop in a situation where hey, maybe she might have gotten paid this week. She might have gotten a bunch of new subscribers. Maybe she's happy. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, Tennessee fans are down there supporting local.
Yeah. Yep. Hattiesburg need a boost after Brett Favre just ravished that town and took them for everything they're worth. So, help everybody out, man.
Yeah, that's why we couldn't get a better facility to stay. We had to stay under the bleachers. It was
Yeah,
Brett Favre's fault.
they tried to send us to the high school volleyball stadium or facility down the road that all the welfare money went to. So
Yeah, Peyton Manning would never.
no, I think he's got his name on children's hospitals. He's kind of the opposite.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he would buy something just for those players to stay in. That's how nice Peyton Manning is.
I like that you're standing for Peyton Manning super hard right now. I appreciate it.
Well, you have to.
Yeah, for sure. I just like it.
In this moment. Just like you were like, oh, yeah, we ate on the way back to LSU. Hattiesburg wasn't that bad. I'm like, yes, I agree. But in this scenario, we have to say how bad Hattiesburg, Mississippi is.
I didn't say Hattiesburg wasn't that bad. I was just saying that strip, which I think was close to campus.
Yeah,
I'm just saying there looked like some good food options. That's it. I'm not talking up Hattiesburg, Mississippi. The entire time I drove through Mississippi, the plan was to never get off the interstate. The interstate sucked bad enough. Mm-hmm. It's just, by happen, we get off at the Southern Miss exit. So
yeah,
it is what it is.
Had to eat somewhere
for sure. It was good. Revived us. I have zero love for Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Zero love for the state of Mississippi. But I give credit where credit's due.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
And we did make
boost that local economy a little bit.
We made the comment that burger place looked like it'd be cool to eat at. I feel like we just had to say it. For all I know, those burgers could suck. I have no idea.
Yeah, and they might.
They probably do, but look cool on the outside. Good looking out for the face of the organization and getting people in there. They might not ever come back, but you just got to get them in one time, right? That's the hardest part.
Right. Yep. Also, why did we have to pay for food? Is that real? Can anybody
I don't know.
Explain that to
I
me?
mean, again, I'm just trying to think of the situation. Surely we had food made available to us, and maybe Kirby's like, nah, Chick-fil-A. Because I would do the same thing. Free food.
Well, he was like, I can't get it tomorrow, so I might as well get it today.
Bingo. So I'm thinking and hoping that's the situation, but I'm also wouldn't be entirely surprised if maybe the food was back in that facility they tried to put us at. And maybe
it just seemed very
it shouldn't have happened regardless, unless again Kirby wanted it that bad, and I get that. He also only had like $2 in his hand though. What's he getting from Chick-fil-A for $2?
I don't know. Were they charging for sauce? He wanted some Chick-fil-A sauce.
That was it. That was probably it. Yeah. Bingo. We've cracked that case. I also like that he's doing it through a fence.
Yeah, it reminded me like during COVID when you go in a gas station, you'd have to slide it under that freaking plastic.
Plexiglass.
Yeah, that thing.
Or some places did just have plastic up.
Yeah, that was
COVID safe. Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Shout out. No, that was
it wasn't a cool wrap.
I thought they were getting rid of cool wraps. Did I lie to someone this week?
Oh, are they?
Someone told me that.
Dylan's dead. He will not survive.
I heard that rumor, but don't quote me. So, yeah, we'll see. I'm a fan of listen, I mean, that's not my go-to land, and they're good. And I credit where credit's due. You have to do it.
Oh, agreed. But again, in this scenario, I can't give them any credit.
Yeah, stand up. Stand up for yourself. I mean, take a stand. You'll stand for nothing. You'll fall for everything. For sure.
Right.
Big believer.
Dying on the hill.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll ride with you that Hattiesburg, Mississippi sucks. Believe me. You can't just have a Raising Cane's and say you're good. I mean, first off, Raising Cane's is the ugly stepsister to Zaxby's.
Well, don't we have one? We have Raising Cane's
on campus. It was pretty good. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. The thing about Raising Cane's is, and listen, shout out to Raising Cane's. They know what they're doing. It's chicken and fries. I wish they had chicken fries. Chicken and fries and bread. We aren't going to mess with anything else. And I respect that. And it's okay. But it's not Zaxby's.
Yeah.
Landon's dialed in.
Zaxby's is
focus.
We were talking about Zaxby's yesterday. Zaxby's is top-notch fast food. Yeah.
I mean, I'm feeling better, but today was not feeling good. Always go to Zaxby's when I'm not feeling great.
It's everything's expensive now, but boost. Zaxby's, I don't feel that bad for paying.
Well, it's always been kind of expensive, honestly.
Right, but it's. I feel like I'm getting the amount of food I get is worth the money I put into it.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Yeah,
Zaxby's gas. No free ads, but Zaxby's gas.
Yeah, straight gas. If you wanna sponsor us,
yeah,
let me know.
Okay, I like
We'll
that.
just get like a meal card too. We
Or
won't even. You ain't
we'll just throw
no
if
cash.
you want to sponsor us, we will say all your stuff's gas.
No. See, this is where I'm different. If you're not good, you're not good. I mean, we'll put you on the show if you're paying cash, but if you got to be good for me to say it. So, but
Yeah.
that let the viewers know though. Maybe don't listen to Landon, but when I tell you something's about it, like my boys over at Underdog, believe it because it's true.
Well, yeah, we wouldn't have anything on here that wasn't gas.
Okay, so we're previewing.
Exactly.
We're interviewing before we do it.
Yeah. If you're on the show, you're gas.
100%. Yeah. 100%. I'll back you.
But yeah, let's get into the some players that have got called up recently. So you had Trey Lipscomb get called up to Double-A. I think it's Harrisburg Generals. Now that I'm saying that, it doesn't sound right, but it's close.
It
It's
sounds like a
something
minor
that.
league. It sounds like a minor league baseball team,
Especially in the Nationals system. It's Generals. That sounds correct. It is Harrisburg.
I can look it up for you. Hold on.
But yeah, he gets the call up, and then Liam Spence coming back home, baby.
The Harrisburg Senators.
Senators, Generals, Senators, same thing. But yeah, he got moved up to that. It's been with the Blue Rocks.
I don't know if your question sounds like a minor league team, so I'm with
I
it.
think that's right.
Okay.
And then Liam Spence is headed back to Tennessee, closer to Knoxville. He is being called up to Double-A. He'll be with the Tennessee Smokies.
Heck yeah. Love it.
So I don't know if he'll probably have moved up by then, but if he doesn't want to, he will maybe get the opportunity to be maybe a rehab assignment in Knoxville when they move here.
There you go.
So yeah. Really cool
Love
for some Vols. And obviously, we've talked about Ben Joyce a little bit. He's in the pros. He did get did we get the final wording on what his injury status was?
No, I don't think so. I haven't seen it, I should say.
Okay. I'll look it up.
The man. You're the man.
It says no ligament damage. ULNAR. Ulnar? That doesn't sound right. Ulnar?
Spell it again?
ULNAR.
Ulnar, I would think, but that I don't know.
Ulnar.
ULNER. All right, let's move away, dude. I'm dumb enough. I don't need people to know how dumb I am.
He doesn't have any ligament damage, so that's good.
Yeah, quit showing how stupid I am. Just move on.
Said it'll be good in a few days. Is that right?
All right, I like the sound of that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, good for that. I love that. Because a lot of people feared that, like, it was Tommy John.
Yeah, which would suck.
Yeah. So, yeah. Keep moving on up. And then we'll have a surprise for y'all Thursday. We're gonna have VFL Connor Pavoloni on.
So that's not a surprise.
No, it's not.
I just love that. Like right after that, we'll have a surprise for you guys, but it's Connor.
It's Connor. Yeah, our guy come back on the show. I think this will be his third time. So reoccurring special guest, friend of the pod, and he is doing a rehab. He's rehabbing from injury. So he's going to come on Thursday and talk about. Hopefully, we're just going to preview Omaha. We're going to speak it into existence.
1,000%.
So, yep.
1,000%. All right. What do you got for Vol Twitter? Obviously, we know it was just an insane week. Too much to keep up with. I probably missed a lot too. I did see Southern Miss had to release a statement, sort of. I guess they just tweeted it. We'll say released a statement. That's probably the proper way to say it. Due to a Richard West tweet. So that was good.
What was the Richard West tweet again?
I think it was the one. Hold on. He's fired a lot this weekend. He's back in business, as I say.
Nice.
Oh man, what happened to my man?
Is he RIP? No.
Oh no. What has happened?
No.
RGW. No way. if this is true, okay. Whoo, I panicked. What happened?
Yeah, I thought we
did
were
not.
gonna have to have a funeral. Like
Did he
right
get a
here.
new? Yeah, did he get a new? What is going on? All right. Anyways, he tweeted the update for the Tennessee Southern Miss game postponed until tomorrow. Game one will reset to 0-0 beginning in the
That's
first inning, and then UM said or USM said this game will not be reset to 0-0. So yeah, I mean, just the man's
should
got
have.
everybody working.
It absolutely should have. Tennessee would have won that game 3-1. So
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, you also got to play 6 extra innings, but yeah,
sure, yeah, 3-1.
but we'll say it. Yeah, we'll say it.
Yeah, I had that. I just had the Southern Miss Barstool account, making a full list of like every pitcher that would be in Tennessee's bullpen with their mom, their sisters, their girlfriends. We were kind of talking about that earlier, but it's the time thing. And like you said, if it's a student, that's one thing. And, from the looks of the person that they found out runs the account, which that's awesome in itself, like a bot account pretty much, or just an account with like no face, and they figure out exactly who it is. And it's just this like nerdy, no offense to the nerds out there, you got to have them, but kid with just this freakishly long neck.
He does have a long neck. I hate to talk about this and just dog this kid who's been dogged all week, but I just need to say it. It's battling what's his name at the Texans.
Yeah, God, what is his name?
You got it.
Davis Mills.
Yeah. He's Mills Mafia for sure.
Yeah.
You just have that picture at the ready?
I actually tweeted it.
Davis Mills might have.
I tweeted both of these pictures and said, "My guy's next up."
He's an NFL. He's got an NFL QB neck. That's one of the hardest things to have in life. Yeah. So credit.
I mean, it's not as thick as Davis Mills. Definitely needs some work on that.
No. But he's got the length.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah, length is there. You can't coach length. You can't coach it.
No, you can't. You're absolutely right. You cannot. So, we can get there with the width. We can just hit the weight room, man. We're good. I think that's the funny thing too. A lot of people are upset because apparently Tennessee fans have been mean. I'm sure they have. Some things are insane that are said. But a lot of these people are being weird online too. So what are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
I mean, that's my favorite thing to do. First off, if anybody calls me out for anything online, it's probably nothing I've not said about myself.
Sure.
I'm aware of my insecurities. But my favorite thing to do is just like, especially when people are trying to act big, bad, and tough, because it always just knocks them off a little bit. They usually get going after that. Is like this one dude was like, if any Tennessee fans have said anything to me, want to find me at the Super Regional, like we can. I think he said like talk it out or something. You can say it to my face, and I just zoomed in on his face, screenshot it. It's my favorite move. I didn't say anything about it. If you think you're ugly, okay, but my favorite move to do. I don't care what they look like. I do it, and they usually just zoom in on the face. So I didn't go as I normally go a little bit tighter. I left it out of it because I feel like the guy needed the full thing. Just one of these.
Oh, is that him?
Yeah, that's him.
Oh yeah, he would definitely be my ass.
I didn't comment on it. I just did that. So he however he feels about himself when he sees that, that's up to him.
He looks like a Stone Cold Killer. So.
He probably is. We did get a comment here about as long as they didn't say anything about Taylor Swift. Yeah, I mean, gotta leave the girlfriends out of it. I mean, there are rumors that Taylor Swift was in Hattiesburg this weekend. Unconfirmed, but they're out there.
Well, and it's kind of like bad on his part. Like, how do you research all the girlfriends and not see Zane Denton is dating Taylor Swift? So that's bad reporting on his end.
Big whiff. I mean, there's already a song out about Zane. Yeah. Massive whiff. No, fun week online though. That's what we're here for. For sure. I think I missed some other. I don't know if I got all of this. So is there anything I'm leaving out?
I was going back.
It's been a lot.
I was going back through. He did delete that tweet about the girlfriends thing.
Oh yeah, of course he did. Screenshots live forever though.
Right.
Bro. I think he quickly realized how weird it was. Weird behavior, for sure.
So I had this, and it doesn't really have anything to do with Vol Twitter, but you know how they opened up the tickets to the public to buy?
Mhm.
Apparently, Southern Miss Ticks said, per NCAA guidelines, we have to make 100 tickets available to general public. So they only sold 100 tickets to the public.
Oh, that's very nice of them. Thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
my good Lord. I mean, we can sell it to everybody in the world that has a freaking pickup truck, but we can't sell it to the general public. That sounds insane. Also, there's a lot of people mentioning me because I just talked about the what was it, the Pocket Museum.
Yeah, I do think we might need to go to the Pocket Museum.
Yeah. I don't
Like that looked like a good.
It was kind of one of those things where I just said like the number 4.
Yeah, you're planning your trip just in case you go. Like you got to
Well,
know.
I was just like kind of what you did. You just tweeted the picture at the dude, like screen, like I just put it on the line and just said the number 4 thing to do in Hattiesburg is the Pocket Museum. I didn't say anything about it. I just said
Right.
a fact. It's a statement
It's
of fact.
It's the Pocket Museum.
Yeah. Number 4 thing to do. I don't know what you want from me.
Yeah.
I didn't make.
was
I
the
don't.
number
I
one
didn't
thing
have
to do?
enough time to make a whole entire list. I just went with number 4.
Number 4. What was number 1?
You
remember?
Maybe the zoo, Hattiesburg Zoo.
Okay. I wonder what the Hattiesburg Zoo looks like.
If there's a tiger, so I guess they have a tiger exhibit.
Okay.
So that's cool, I guess.
We hate zoos, right? Are we on that path?
Yeah, sure we can. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. But not Zoo Knoxville, but
Right.
other zoos.
Cincinnati.
Oh, public enemy number 1.
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely ain't that
For
one.
sure.
Now, Knoxville Zoo, kind of cool, especially the otters. Otters is the best part. If you disagree, you're wrong. But otters are the best. If I'll say this, if the zoo has an otter exhibit, it's okay in my book. If they don't, they're out.
Chattanooga Aquarium has an otter exhibit, and the otters were dicks when I went. I only got to see like 2. But other than that, no. Yeah, otters are cool animals.
You only get to see 2 out of how many?
I'm sure a lot. I don't think otter exhibits are just gonna have 2 in them, but like only 2 are like swimming and flipping and playing, like doing cool otter shit.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I was pretty disappointed.
You gotta give them some sugar or something. Get that blood flowing.
Yeah, I was pretty pissed. I was like, I went for the otters.
Yeah.
I went for the otters. Full disclosure, there's plenty of cool animals. Penguins, love the penguins. Penguin exhibit was cool, but yeah, I'm there for the otter life.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, here's my stance on like Vol Twitter. Like, I love to be a part of it, and I love like just the banter between fan bases. But I think there is a little bit of, I don't know, toxicity.
Oh yeah, there's some dicks on our side too, but there are dicks.
Yeah, everywhere.
Well, not all of them are our dicks, but some of them are.
Like, I probably wouldn't like look up a player's sister's OnlyFans and post it.
Yeah,
but I mean, I'll laugh about it. If somebody wants to do it, that's hilarious. I'm not going to do it, but that's funny.
Yeah, I'll definitely laugh at that. There's some other stuff that I'm like, oh yeah, I won't laugh at that. But yeah, that one I'll laugh at. 1000%. Yeah, I also got. I mean, listen. It's been a good week. Like I said, Southern Miss has held their own. You talked about pretty good online presence. There was also a video, and I just think it's so poetic that I loved it. That there was a Tennessee fan getting arrested in a Jeremy Banks jersey. I mean, that was just chef's kiss picture.
Was there really?
That was a. Oh yeah, you didn't see this? He's in handcuffs right there.
That's awesome.
Barstool Southern Miss tweeted it out, and yeah, it's so good.
God, I bet Joey Boots in here is pissed. Dude, just
yeah, he's calling Southern Miss right now to make sure they got the right guy. That guy would never.
He's mad that guy spent money on a Jeremy Banks jersey.
1000%. Okay, this was also This got Vol Twitter going. Please tell me you saw Keith Urban's Rocky Top this morning.
No, I did not. Is it bad?
Oh, it's atrocious. I guess it got tweeted out yesterday. Let's see. It's one of the worst versions of any song I've ever heard. Not just Rocky Top. I can't believe anybody wooed to that.
Where was this at?
At one of his concerts.
Was it like in Tennessee somewhere? Was it in Knoxville?
Not only, I don't know where it was at.
Oh my God, he should have been booed off stage. You should never be allowed to sing.
Yes, correct.
Please, and somebody go after this man.
Not only did the song sound bad, he just sounded terrible in the song too. Not his song. It sounded like that version sounded like it would be on a terrible like local carpet cleaning company named like Rocky Top. I think there's a Rocky Top Cleaners, Rocky Top Carpet Cleaners. Sounded like they would play that as their jingle for a commercial. So just atrociously bad.
It sounds like somebody that's on like American Idol and they sing a song and they try to make it their own and do a really bad job of making it their own. That's what it sounded like.
Now, Rocky Top's a heater already. Why are you changing?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's a country bluegrass song. You're supposed to be a country singer. What are you doing?
Yeah. Rocky Top. God, what a moron.
So bad.
Yeah, I need to find where that was at because that's. Yeah, who wooed that? Also, who bought tickets to that?
Yeah, I'm not a Keith Urban fan, anyways. Sorry,
I didn't even know he came out.
I was a little biased going into that.
Does he still come out with music? I haven't heard that man in forever.
Good question. I don't know. No clue. I don't need to know either. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I don't really have anything else for that stuff. That was gonna be my fail of the week. Was Keith Urban singing Rocky Top, by the way. So
I mean, Vol Twitter needs to go after him for sure.
Yeah. What can we dig up on Keith Urban right now?
Who's got OnlyFans in his family?
Let's start a terrible rumor about Keith Urban. That he's a terrible singer. I think he's done that for himself.
Or maybe that he's an Alabama fan and he just sang Rocky Top to just butcher it.
It was at CMA Fest in Nashville. Shout out Joey Boots for that. Holy crap. Okay, well, to be fair, that did mean a lot of, I'm sure Tennessee fans didn't woo because they realized how bad it was. Because those woos were not strong. It was not a strong woo, but there were woos.
It was probably
all bachelorette parties that were.
Yeah,
they were just naturally wooing and they hit.
Or those few Vanderbilt fans that are just so used to like hearing it in their own stadium that they just like out of habit just wooed.
Well, they were apparently this was insulting. I think it was in 16 we lost to Vanderbilt. Apparently there was a frat playing Rocky Top and singing it. And I was like, if you know the words to your rival's fight song, that's not a good thing. It means you've heard it far too much.
Neck is not a fight song, right? Okay,
no.
So
Neck. Safe. See, that's the thing. We're good knowing Neck and Baton Rouge or calling Baton Rouge. Like that's safe. First off, calling Baton Rouge heater.
Exactly.
Keith Urban would probably make it terrible, but heater.
Oh yeah, he'd absolutely butcher that song.
Neck, that's a bop.
Keith Urban will make it sound bad.
100%. 100%.
Maybe that is the key. Any bop, Keith Urban would make terribly.
I'm sure.
So maybe like if it's a bad song, maybe he can make it okay.
Let me see. I don't even know. Like I'm sure there are some Keith Urban songs, unfortunately, that I probably do like. But I think there's one, but I don't want to say it because I also don't think it's his song. But let me just look up his top on Spotify.
Somebody Like You is.
Okay, I think I'm good. I don't think I really like any Keith Urban songs.
Love somebody like you.
Yeah, I know the song.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm good. Like I don't know if there's any Keith Urban in my mixes.
Somebody Like You.
I can just hate. But... I can just hate Keith Urban.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's not. I'm not saying it's a bad song. I'm just saying I wanted to make sure I didn't have to abandon any of my music.
Yeah, you wouldn't go see. You wouldn't pay tickets to go see Keith Urban in concert for somebody like you.
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely not. Yeah, I think I'm good. There's nothing in here that I'm just dying for. So yeah, we're fine.
Is him singing Rocky Tops on Spotify?
No
I'm
way.
just kidding.
Oh, okay.
Gonna get you fired up.
I was like, this might get taken down.
You're
Whatever.
already gonna cancel your Spotify.
Yeah, 1,000%. No, yeah, he sucks. So that was, yeah, we know how atrocious it is. How atrocious it is. All right. You have any more questions? We got to a few earlier, so we may have knocked them all out.
I don't have any more questions. I do have a good friend to talk about if we're wanting to move on.
Yeah, let's hit it.
So check out our good friends at Knoxville Tours. They have tours you don't want to miss. If you give them a call today at 865-688-6232 and mention More Important Issues, you'll get an exclusive offer on their 5-day MLB tour. That'll offer 1 night in Cincinnati, 3 nights in Chicago to see 3 different baseball games. That'll include the game tickets, stadium tours, a city tour, and much more. Give them a call today at 865-688-6232 for more details on the August 4th through 8th Motor Coach Tour. Also, for my dad's birthday, that's what my mom got him, is he's going on this tour. So if you want to hang out with my dad too, you can do it. You can do that. And my mom.
I might be going on this. Not that I didn't want to go before, but now that Tracy Rapier's going.
I just sold you. Yeah.
Yeah. 1,000%. All right. Most important of the week?
Yeah, most important. Man, I got to go Wake Forest. Just blowing the doors off Alabama.
Yeah. And I mean, if they don't win Omaha, like, oof.
Yeah, them in Florida.
That's
I feel
collapse.
like those are the two teams.
Florida too,
yeah.
Sophomore reliever they brought out this weekend. First off, great gold chain. Respect.
And them links? Cuban links?
Yeah. And then Friday night, some dude just hit a bomb off of him. Stayed in it. Finished the game out. Got the save. Two saves, sent him to Omaha. But yeah, he did get, which I think he threw like a 96 mile per hour fastball. So any kind of contact with that, you got a good chance of getting out. But
yeah, they hit. Sorry, I didn't read what the actual most important.
You finish it.
They hit the record tying 9 home runs to advance to the College World Series. And they hit 9 home runs today. They won 22-5.
Yeah, that's. I wonder if
Alabama's
Coach Bo
Cinderella
had
story
Wake Forest or not
came to a screeching halt.
I'm hoping somebody made some money off that.
Yeah,
somebody specifically. Hope they made.
Also, Oral Roberts is up 8-5 right now on the bottom of the 8th. Series tied 1-1. So Oral Roberts was the 4 seed in the regional. It's probably one of those few teams that, we're kind of on the brink of making a regional, and here they are looking at possibly making it to Omaha.
Love that.
Yeah. And then LSU and Kentucky's 5-3 right now on the bottom of the 8th. LSU is leading the series 1-0. So,
all right. So they have So I was about to say I didn't know what that looked like. And then Texas Stanford just started.
Yeah. So I think if LSU wins, the only games that would be played tomorrow potentially is Tennessee, Southern Miss, and Stanford. If Stanford wins, Stanford and Texas would play tomorrow.
Right. All right. Let's see. See if I had any more most importance.
Dude, I'm gonna go guys being dudes.
All right, got
it. Dude, just start playing golf, and Friday it seems like we started a new tradition playing golf on Friday afternoon. It was a time. I enjoyed it.
Nope.
Got some clubs, had some nice shots, had some terrible shots, has some brewskis going. It was a good time. Had some dogs.
Landon did have some dogs, correct? Not just one, not just a dog, some dogs. Right off the bat, too. Not a starter and a round dog. Turn dog, sorry. Round dog. Turn dog. Just right out of the gate, 2 dogs hit it hard.
to.
Loved it.
Had to.
Landon, do you officially have the golf bug?
I think I'm into it, man.
Dude, it's an addiction.
And like I enjoy like playing golf, but just hanging out with the bros, nothing like it.
Yeah, it's the best. It's the best one because it's like it's like bowling in the sense of like you're there to play and compete, but you're just there to hang out, but you get to do it outside.
Yeah,
now.
it's like when all the like females like make fun of guys for just like broing out all the time. Like that's what they're picturing us doing. And so if they had a camera, obviously they'd just have a field day making fun of us. But that's what we live for.
Yeah. Oh, the women hate to hear that guys are being dudes on the golf course. It'll ruin their week.
Dudes are rock.
No, Landon played pretty good though. Second time, well, I guess fourth time ever golfing, but I call it his second time. He took like a 6-year break.
Yeah.
So second time ever golfing, had a par by himself on a like 155-yard par 3.
Yeah, tarps off, baby.
We're gonna get on the breaking 100 watch soon. We're gonna get you to break 100.
I shot a 72, so I already did that.
Okay, there you go.
One day I'll start keeping score, but not right now. I don't want.
I stopped keeping score in our scramble. We were only like 3 over through 9, which is Alp was playing terrible, and it's Landon's second time playing golf, so it's actually pretty good.
I thought we were rolling.
We weren't
Sign
bad.
us up
We
for
weren't-
the tour,
we weren't,
baby.
We weren't playing too bad. I mean, Landon putted like 8 putts off the green, but
Yeah.
he putted them.
Yeah, I wasn't there to putt. I was there to hit drivers. Drivers only.
He also had the 240-yard drive.
Nice.
There you
It was very impressive.
Dead straight. And
Dead straight 240 yards, which
couldn't do it again.
Like, oh, I average 270 yards. You've maybe hit one drive 270 yards. You don't average that.
Who?
And a lot of people say they hit
Oh,
that
okay.
far.
I
They
thought you
don't.
said I was saying that. I'm like, oh.
No. But yeah, no, you hit one 240 dead straight. And it was, I won't tell the whole story, but it went over the green. We'll say that. We'll leave it at that.
So the drive was straight, but was the hole straight?
Yeah. He hit it over. He was behind the green. He was like 3 yards behind the green.
Just freaking blasted it.
Jeez,
Yeah, we won't
man.
say
That's
exactly
insane.
how we ended up to that point, but it's fine.
You have to drop that workout routine, man.
Yeah, I know. Well, it's workout 3 days: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off, Friday golf.
And then play basketball without Caleb on Saturday.
Yeah, and I'm struggling today. I'm very lethargic. My back hurts. My ankles hurt. Everything hurts. We are 30. We're not.
Dude,
but
Saturday was a
it
rough
feels
one.
like 30.
I mean, I stayed up till 2 a.m. Friday night. Stayed up till about 1:30 last night. Today's killed
Yeah.
me.
Fails.
My last, I mentioned whatever the first one was. I've already blanked on that. My next one is Arkansas. So you saw them tweet out the first time they lost to TCU in the regional, is TCU they lost to? They tweeted out the picture of the guy watering the infield, working on the infield. Their loss to get eliminated, they just took a picture. It was just a picture of the field with the on deck circle with no one in it. So I mean, they're just going after their field. Not fans of Baum Walker. Yeah, not fans of Baum Walker apparently.
Love that. I actually got another most important. It's Nick Taylor. The 72-foot putt. Holy crap!
Oh, I missed this. Is it that the
Oh, it
Canadian?
was awesome. It was a 4-hole playoff. I was locked in. Tommy Fleetwood and Nick Taylor, and it's the Canadian Open, and Nick Taylor was the first Canadian to win the Canadian Open in 69 years. So they were rowdy. It was like some Waste Management Open type of, but yeah, nice by the way, good catch. It was rowdy. It was like fun golf to watch. With everything in the news lately, I thought this week was gonna suck, but it was fun. Those Canadians get rowdy.
Heck yeah. Dylan,
That's
how'd
actually
you
where
shoot
the fails come from. I would have shot like an 86. I only ended up playing 9 holes.
Okay.
But I shot a 43.
Is
Shot
that your
86 through 9.
No.
Damn, I'm better than you.
I would have played another 9. I think I would have hit 86 range. which is 2 off my best score of 84. So I was playing pretty well.
Okay.
Driver was there. If I keep my driver in bounds, we can shoot high 80s to low 90s. If not, always 100 plus.
I shot a 62 on Thursday.
Yo,
nice. That's what
I'll show you the scorecard.
On the front nine?
No, 18 holes.
Yeah.
It was a executive course, so it was a par 3 course.
There it is.
Willie Creek.
Williams Creek, yeah. But I mean, that's 8 over. So still S my D. But yeah, 62 is what's written on the scorecard.
Yeah. Compared to Williams Creek, it's not 8 over. Williams Creek is not like it's bad by any means.
Oh, that's by far the best I played ever. Like playing par 3 course is difficult. I mean, if you're don't hit the green, you got to get up and down for par.
Yeah, they're
not an easy course. There's some hard holes.
No, not at all. I mean, there's like 4 or 5 holes there that play over 160 too.
Even that wonky
over 160 as well.
Yeah, even that wonky one that's like 70 feet. Starts the back nine.
No, it's it's the second hole. It's the second hole now. They flipped the nons, but I think I played 80 yards on Thursday. Yeah, no, it's brutal. Normally I go there and just get my dreams crushed about ever being good at golf, but no. Thursday I made that course my bitch. Sort of.
Nice. But
Dylan, was that going to be your fail? The second part of the Hadwin story?
Yeah, that was going to be
the golf story.
Yeah, that was going to be what my fail was, where the security guard tackled him on the green trying to celebrate.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it was. I have the video. It's like lit all over.
It was perfect form tackle, which made it.
It was dude. Tennessee might need to bring this guy like out of retirement. This guy had a nice. I have the video. I'll play it really quick while
the security guard was celebrating.
This format always sucks, but there was a bunch of guys because like Nick Taylor, it was basically Canada versus like the European. So all the Canada guys came out and like were next to the European guys, and so Adam Hadwin's a Canadian, so he came out and was like spraying champagne on Nick Taylor after security guard swim moved Nick Taylor and literally drilled this guy. It was almost as bad as the outfield proposal guy. That's a kid. Those two security guards need to like do like a fight, like pay-per-view fight.
That's awesome.
That'd be cool.
Caleb, I think in honor of a Canadian winning the Canadian Open, you should wear your mounting costume tomorrow.
All right, I'll do that. I'll get right on that. I still have those boots and hat, but I don't know what happened to the actual outfit. This is great Halloween costume.
I
got another fail. It's Twitter, and I don't know if you keep seeing this stuff, but it's random videos of people just like dying, and like we saw the shark attack in Egypt, and then
that's your formula. The rest of us don't.
I saw a lady get hit by a bus in New York City.
Jeez.
Yeah, I've got bad formulas, dude. I got like some weird stuff on my For You. It's my For You page now.
I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, you all need to. That's your all's problem. That's your algorithm, not mine. I'm good. I missed all that.
You didn't see that shark attack in Egypt?
We talked about this. No, I haven't.
How have you not seen
it? Pretty brutal video.
Yes, it was, and I don't know if they actually caught the right shark, but they said they caught the shark that did it, and they're literally like pulling it up on shore, and one dude's just like punching it.
I'm not and sad story. Obviously, to what I heard, it's the dad of the kid who.
Oh
died,
my
like,
gosh!
So it's actually a pretty shit story, but yeah, that's nuts. I mean,
this is he's putting up a pretty good fight. It's kind of impressive.
You got to be weary of open water.
How is
he was out
is
there?
He still like
he was out?
Yeah, he's still like swimming, and after getting drug underwater 3 or 4 times. Like I said, this dude's putting up a fight. That adrenaline must be going
for sure.
Also, I know this is like I'm just thinking small-mindedly geographically, but I just don't. My brain doesn't wrap around the fact that like a shark attack in an ocean in Egypt, like those things don't.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Like, oh yeah, Egypt. There's plenty of sharks in Egypt that swim around. And
it seems like it'd be too hot there for sharks for some reason.
Have you all read about? Watched? I think I saw it on TikTok or YouTube one. Apparently, killer whale. There's like I don't know, pods. I think are what they travel in. Pods. There's a pod of killer whales like attacking boats. They're like destroying like the rudders and stuff, and like
I heard them talk
trying to like sink them.
It's the orcas, isn't it?
Orcas, killer. I think I said killer whales. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to like put them into that category.
God,
but
did they finally?
orcas.
I don't know my whales that well. I watched Blackfish like 8 years
I think
ago.
Did the orca
I think they're killer whales.
populations
Yeah.
like find out about Free Willy and just like
I don't-
started like a raft?
I think they probably. Well, I think they probably got. I think Netflix must be underwater now. They finally watched orca Blackfish and saw what we were doing to them, and now they're going out for revenge.
Okay.
I was about to say, there might be a large fish revolution going on right now. So
Yeah, apparently they do. There's like a belief, a theory that I think there's two theories. One, that there's a certain orca that like taught her pod this, and that's why they're doing it. I don't think this is the same theory. The other theory is that during COVID, which doesn't entirely make sense to me. I guess a lot of the boat traffic on the ocean, like what is bad, and so when it came back, now it's like bothering them. But I'm like, wouldn't that have happened at another point in history, and they'd probably have always attacked boats? So I don't know. I'm not sure. But it's fascinating. I'll send you guys a video the next time I see it. I'll look it up on YouTube. Send it.
I'm sure it'll be on my Twitter For You page tonight. So
Probably they just heard us talking about it.
Yep.
Yeah, Joe, I'm with you on the Egypt thing, and I'm looking at a picture of it right now, and there is like the top part of it is like connected to the ocean. I always just considered it just like a desert. I'm like, where is this ocean at?
yeah, like the Nile is the only place I would consider a possible shark attack or just body of water.
Yeah.
You know? So again, my like, Middle East-ish geographic.
I think it's the Mediterranean Sea.
That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Like all up north, but that's not technically Egypt at that point, is it? I guess if you're off Egypt,
They've got the Mediterranean, and then they've also got
the Red Sea.
Which I don't know if there's sharks in it or not, but I would assume it spills into the ocean. So I would assume, but yeah, they've got two opportunities to get attacked by sharks. They're good.
Y'all sound like Will Ferrell and the other guys. Where he started talking about the tunas making breathing apparatuses and coming on, and that's what it sounds like.
Are you gonna be lying in that?
I'm just looking at these like seas, and there's the Black Sea and the Red Sea. I'm like, oh, super creative. And then there's the Mediterranean. It's like, what?
You should leave out the Arabian Sea like that.
Oh, Arabian Sea. Yeah, I see that right here too. Sorry.
What about the South China Sea? I mean, you're just leaving out so many good seas.
I mean, I'm not zoomed out enough for all that.
Then you got the Bay of Bengal. I mean, that's not even a sea; it's a bay.
All right, I'm done with this. On a tangent, we got called out by our buddy Austin for just going on random tangents about troughs when we were talking about that in Neyland Stadium. So this is where we're at this time. So anything else?
Caspian Sea.
God bless.
My only other fail was
if you wanted to.
Number 26, his batting stance. I don't know what was up with him.
Oh yeah, he was taking a full on shit. So good for him. I love that he would like bend down and then he would thrust like to his own duck out. It was weird
in there.
Very,
Yeah.
Is that like a?
Maybe it's a power up.
Some type of mating call.
I didn't know it was like a tactic, getting the pitcher's head a little bit. It's like, is he trying to hit on me? I don't know. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Y'all have a good Monday. Sunday scaries are sitting in. Sorry. We'll be back tomorrow with a bat flip. Depending on when the game is, we'll figure that out. And then Thursday, special guest Connor Pavoloni will be on with us. So we'll be back for that. Love you guys. We're bringing the boat in, and we out.